Joining us now to give us a perspective on the government's PSU buyback program and the UP election and how it impacts your investments is Jagdish Malkani, a member of the BSE and the NSE. Jagdish, thank you so much for spending time with us on All About Stocks. We know the market is now focused on all of these local events, the election results, the union budget. Tell us, what is your sense of how the market is going to move in the month of March between now and the union budget?
Well, firstly, it's a very important month for the market. As you rightly said, I could think of 5 singular events in March, LTRO. Now, that's over, done and dusted. One knows what's happened. The next one is clearly UP elections. And I think followed shortly by, after that, there should be, I expect, a fuel hike. Diesel and petrol, etc., which they've been just holding off in spite of the fuel prices, of crude prices being on the boil abroad, oil on the boil, and followed by the RBI policy, and then, of course, followed by the mega event, which is the budget. So all this, added to which, normally Ides of March, March tends to be a bearish month usually, historically, what with tax payments, etc. So I think it's a tough month ahead.
And we've had market experts tell us for the last couple of weeks that next trigger is going to be the results of the UP election. Can you tell us what stocks we should be watching out for on Monday morning when those results do come out? We know the sugar industry has a lot at stake as far as the UP government is concerned. What stocks should we be keeping an eye out for?
In the scenario of the Mayawati staging a third time absolutely record comeback on a stronger level, then you've got naturally stocks and groups such as JP, which will do extremely well. And the most vulnerable sector to UP in particular, obviously, is the no-brainer, is sugar. And especially the UP sugar companies, they've been having a rough time under the present regime. Any continuation of that will be deemed to be very bad news again for the industry, because she's been very populist, high cane prices, coming down hard on the sugar companies, etc. Contrary to that, if it's Samajwadi, he's perceived to be an old buddy, so that will be very good for the Balrampurs or the Bajaj Hindustans of the world. So that's sugar. If it's a vote for stability, if Congress is in a stronger position as a junior ally or whatever, then again, that can be perceived, that will be temporarily perceived as great for giving one more fillip or one more try to the retail fiasco. And more importantly, aviation. Aviation is the other one which is lying there. It looks like the FDI story will happen. Obviously, if Congress does better, then they'll have that much more teeth to go into that process.
And the way forward for the government PSU buyback move as a reform program, how do you see that playing out?
One is the whole issue of having, follow-on public offers, divestment, etc. Some of that will, I think, need to be better priced if it's to happen, if it's Engineers India, if it's whatever. That's one part of it. I suspect, since now it's such a short leash for the financial year to come and to end, and the budget on the annual, I think the government will be behind all the cash-rich companies to give out good dividends. So Coal India is the obvious one, some others. So they will make up some of that shortfall over there.
Right, Jagdish, you did mention earlier that you think March is going to be a volatile month. Now, again, I'd like to ask you if there are any stocks you would recommend a retail investor watch out for in the next month. So if the market does react negatively to any of these announcements, is there anything that I can keep on my radar and pick up at the dips that you think will make sense if we get at lower valuations?
One has to weigh this liquidity vis-a-vis the actual fundamentals. I think things will bounce back after retreating, as the market has been somewhat, because of just the sheer flow of liquidity. And in that, one should be in the top stocks, for example, the TCS and fees of the world. State Bank itself is, so I would say top drawer, really A group stocks, on the retreat. Maybe as of now, a stock like Mahindra & Mahindra has retreated to attractive levels. Tata Motors maybe played to the DVR. So there are lots of stocks that come to mind.